Good evening. This is Gary Campbell with my wife Gayla, and we're here today with Joy Harris, and we are previous guests with Jerry Brownlow and Bonnie McCrae, and they have called her the best that I can't even read today. The best of most amazing and bass player here in Texas. In the studio, she has played the bass with Jerry Brownlow solo Christian album. She also played the bass on the title song from the radio show Tell Them. And we will start with the show with the song Tell Them, and we will come back and visit with Joy and get to know her.
Every day I hear the trials of those that need and hear as they speak of their highs and lows. I feel the Spirit near. The aching hearts of children, when will I understand? You provided all I need to share your precious plan. Tell them, tell them, tell them of your grace. Tell them they need to seek your face. Give me the courage to tell them. People need your love and power. I see it every day. Wasting all those precious hours and doing things their way. You will give me strength and power. When will I learn to trust? Help me not to shy away and tell them what I must. Tell them, tell them, tell them of your grace. Tell them they need to seek your face. Give me the courage to, give me the courage to, Lord, give me the courage to tell them, tell them, tell them.
Hi, this is Gayla. We are, and Gary, and then we also have a wonderful guest by the name of Joy Harris, who is a bass player in this area. Actually, not just in this area, you kind of go all over the place, don't you? Where all do you
Yes.
go?
Well, I'm based out of Lubbock. Lubbock is home base, but in the recent years, I've been fortunate enough to get to travel to New York, the Pacific Northwest, a lot around Colorado. Just, I want to see every bit of the world as I can through the eyes of a musician. And I've also gotten some opportunities to travel internationally as well.
Wow. Now, we know you because you played the bass on the song that we just heard
Yes.
in the studio. And one of the things about being in the studio is we were so focused on the music, we didn't get to chat and get to know each other. So
Yes.
I hope that today we get to rectify that a little bit.
Awesome. Sounds good.
So what have you been doing here in Lubbock? Because you've only been back from being on the road for a couple of months, right?
Yes, I went out and did a tour last month. Did a little run around Colorado with a group called Alwyn and Jolliffe.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like fusion bluegrass kind of stuff, really fun. And like I said, Lubbock is home base, so come home, play around Lubbock. If you're looking to find me here, I play every Wednesday from 5 to 8 out at the Shack, the barbecue spot on North Frankfurt.
Yeah.
A group of mine called the Neapolitan Jazz Orchestra. We host a jazz happy hour out there.
Okay.
That consists of my friend Devin Collins, who's a really great keyboardist, good composer. He's just fun to work with. And my friend J.T. Paz plays drums, and I play bass, and we play jazz, and it's always a good time. Great barbecue. Really good barbecue.
And I love barbecue, but I also love jazz.
Yeah.
And you don't get to hear a lot of jazz in Lubbock.
Oh, well, yes, it's weird to find. It is around. So I know my jazz projects, the Neapolitan Jazz Orchestra, will also be playing at the Overton for the Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day brunch. If you don't want to cook
Oh, yeah.
and you don't want mom to have to cook, take her to the Overton. We'll be playing. It'll be a nice
That'll
little
be great.
jazz trio ambiance. And also, I play with a jazz trio here in town called Devil Joy. It's myself, Devin Collins again on keys, and Alan Chin, actually, he teaches percussion at Texas Tech, is a drummer, and we do a brunch every first Sunday at La Diosa from 11 to 2.
Okay. And we love that place too.
Yes. So it's around. And then there's some other groups that play too, like I know Alma does some jazz, but
Yeah.
representing jazz in Lubbock is fun for me.
I bet. So what events do you have coming up?
Okay, well, locally, first, of course, the Wednesdays at the Shack.
At the Shack.
And then every first Friday, I play at the West Table from 6 to 9.
Okay.
Every first Sunday again is the brunch. Playing the big Overton brunch on Thanksgiving. I also have a local project called the Beat Garden Band. Some friends of mine formed this like super kind of fusion like dance band. And it consists of drums, which is Mr. Yarian Horton. He plays a lot around in different churches around here, lots of different groups. Really fun drummer. Jacob Nall plays guitar, and Devin, of course, plays. We play in a lot of groups together, Devin and I do. Devin is playing keys, and of course, I'm playing bass. And we just recorded an EP.
Okay.
We just got finished tracking it, so we got to get through the process of getting it all mixed and mastered, everything good. Our goal is to have that out by the end of the year or January. So keep your eyes out for that
Absolutely.
to be released. And I am also writing a solo project that I plan to record next year. So keep your eyes out for that, because I realized, even just with you asking me earlier about a track, that I've played for a lot of people, but I haven't really finished something of my own. So I'm really looking forward to getting in the studio and being creative and seeing what happens.
Absolutely. That sounds like a fun project.
Yes.
So are you going to be going on the road anytime soon?
I am going out again in December with another bluegrass kind of fusion group. Not the same one I went out with this last time. Getting out there on the road is really cool, meeting different musicians, everybody from different walks of life, and meeting everybody. It's just kind of like a spark. You meet one person, and then it just sends you off on these tangents. So I'm really looking forward. We're going out to the Pacific Northwest again, which every time I've been, I have loved, but I've only seen the sun. So maybe I'll see some clouds this time. Bring the Texas sun with me whenever I go to Seattle.
There you go. Yeah, it's a beautiful country. It really
It's
is.
gorgeous.
So, how did you eventually become the best and most amazing bass player in Texas?
Oh, wow. Well, first, thank you to whoever said that. I really do appreciate that. The way I look at it is I'm learning just like everybody else. I'm on a journey to just always try to get better. My goal is always to get better. I love to practice. I love to sit down and do my thing. But I guess my musical journey started whenever I was young. My father, unbeknownst to me, was in his younger days a jazz organist. He played B3, and he was a preacher. And so whenever he started preaching, he stopped playing. So I had no idea that he could play like growing up. I knew that he had really distinguished taste in music. In the house, we were only allowed to listen to gospel, classical, and jazz. Everything else got destroyed. If you tried to bring something else in, he would literally break it. Like he was not having it. And that was frustrating at times, but I'm really happy that he was so particular about what I listened to, because we know music affects the psyche. And
It does.
now in my older years, I understand why he was that way, but it was really frustrating as a kid. But and he taught me to listen to listen to the whole track, like be aware of everything that's going on. Music was always playing. I was always stealing his CDs. You know, he would be looking for something and I'd have it, you know, in my Walkman, you know, listening to it. But so whenever I was young, always really good music playing. Then about the time I was 4, I started begging my parents for piano lessons. And they were like, I don't know, she's kind of young, but I was persistent. And like I said, my dad was a preacher. And so at the church where he was pastoring, they had a choir. And I would always sit in the choir rehearsals and listen to the lady who was playing piano, directing choir rehearsals. And I mean, that's just where I was. Anytime there was music going on, I was sitting right by the piano just watching and trying to soak it all in, listening to her give parts to the choir, how they were learning, they're like the tenor, alto, soprano, all that stuff, learning the hymns. And my parents were like, okay, she really wants to learn. So I started taking piano lessons. Took piano lessons all through high school. I think I stopped taking my junior year of high school. And studied classically, of course, being in the piano side, but I also had the unique experience of listening to like gospel stuff. So learning things by ear and learning how to read, which helped. Whenever I was about 8, we moved to Lubbock when I was about 5. So whenever I was 8, my grandfather was also a pastor. Actually, both my grandfathers were pastors. So I didn't have a choice. I lived at church. It's just what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice. And so my maternal grandfather, my mom's dad, was preaching at a church in Smyer, and they needed a musician. So that was my first job. I became the minister of music for my granddad's church when I was 8. I was required to play all the hymns for Sunday and all that good stuff, too. Did that for a while. Then whenever I got into high school, or 6th grade, I got in a band, and I played percussion. I was a drummer. And so studied that all through high school. Actually, whenever I left high school, I went to Tech and studied a little bit at Tech, orchestral percussion performance. And that was great. I had a lot of fun doing the band thing, doing the choir thing at school. And then when I was in high school is where I picked up the bass. I was playing keyboards in a praise and worship band with my buddies. And our bass player quit. You need bass more than you need keys. And I always wanted to play bass, but my parents were like, you know, you're doing enough. Focus on what you're doing. And so the school had an old, I went to Friendship. I graduated from Friendship. And in the attic at the band hall, we found this old Squire, like P bass. It had been sitting up there for who knows how long. I mean, action was wrong, neck was bent, but I really wanted to play.
Yeah.
So I powered through it, figured it out, and just kept playing, and it just kept growing and went on a whole journey.
Now, do you still play the piano sometimes in the bands, or it's
Um,
mostly just the bass at this point?
Most people know me as a bassist and a drummer, but I do still play piano. I use it primarily now to write. Whenever I write songs, it starts on piano and then it goes other places. A couple of songs I've written on a guitar or something, but most of the time it starts piano.
On the piano.
Yes, it's perfect theory. I can see it. It's how my mind works. I have an old baby grand in my bedroom. I play it every day. Yeah.
That's fun. Today, our guest is Joy Harris, and she's been letting us have a glimpse of her life and how she has become what Jerry Brownlow and Bonnie McRae say is the best and most amazing bassist in Texas. We're going to go to one of Gary's songs and kind of regroup and come back and visit with her some more.
Sometimes when my faith would falter and no sunlight I can see, I just lift mine eyes to Jesus and I whisper, Pilot me. Fear thou not, for I'll be with thee. I will still thy pilot be. Never mind the tossing billows. Take my hand and trust in me. Often when my soul is weary and the day seemed oh so long, I just look up to my pilot and I hear this blessed song. Fear thou not, for I'll be with thee. I will still thy pilot be. Never mind the tossing billows. Take my hand and trust in me. When temptation round me gather and I almost lose my way, somehow in the raging tempest I can hear my Savior say,
Okay, looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulty with our CD, and so we'll go ahead and visit a little more with Joy. I think Gary's going to start out with just kind of talking about a benefit we have coming up, and then we'll get back with visiting with Joy.
Okay, February 3rd is at a concert. It's a WPS, Women's Protective Services benefit, and it's at 801 Slide Road. And it's going to be an exciting deal. We have Jerry Brownlow and Bonnie McRae,
Cindy Hewlett.
Cindy Hewlett.
Who else do we have? Teresa Gross and Joni Baines, who have Soft Heart Getaway, and then we have one other one, Suzanne Henley.
It's all free. It's just a fundraising love offering for the Women's Protective Services, so don't miss that time. and get there early because hopefully it will be full of people.
Absolutely.
And then there'll be some CDs and everything for you to buy of all the artists that are going to be singing as well. So make that a special time and put it in your calendar for her to come do that. Uh, Joy, what is your goals and visions for the future right now?
My goals and visions for the future, really, number one, I really have fallen in love with traveling. So I want to see as much of the world as I possibly can through the eyes of a musician. I'm trying to tour more. That's a great way to see the world, is
It
touring.
is.
And get to see all the fun places and all the cool spots. Uh, Musically, like I said, always getting better. Bass wise, I just want to continue to practice, grow, become the best I can be. I want to record a lot of music. My mission statement as a musician, as an artist, is right now, there's a lot of grief in the world. There's a lot of bleh. We've had enough of bleh.
There is.
I believe that the reason why I am here, the reason why I exist, is to play. I'm supposed to play music and to help people through my music. Hopefully, whenever you hear me play, it always is sincere, and it makes you feel better. That's what I'm here for. So any way I can do that, small, whether it's just sitting with my neighbors, jamming out, or playing large arenas, my goal is to make people feel better with my music. So any journey that I can go on that would lead me on an opportunity to do that, that's what I'm here for. Especially bass-wise. Bass is the most fun because I can be creative with it. I do a solo set in a lot of places around town. You can check me out on Facebook and see where I'm playing. I post a lot of times where I'm playing, but it's really fun because it's myself, a bass guitar, some effects, and a loop station. And I just create tracks and music and sing along and jam and play and hope people like it, So just be creative, say something meaningful, and make people feel better.
And everything that you do makes you feel better about yourself and you want to do more.
Absolutely.
So what is your goal for 5 years?
My 5-year goal, everybody, all my friends, all my musical friends, they're trying to get me to move different places. I've got some buddies that live in Brooklyn, and I've spent some time up there with them this past year, going out, checking it out, seeing the vibe. But honestly, who knows what God has in store for me in the future. But my goal is to be based out of Lubbock because Lubbock's home. My mom and them live here, and I'm kind of a country girl that way. That's why I haven't left yet.
And family's important.
Yes, it is to me. But so I'm going to stay based out of Lubbock, but that doesn't mean that I can't have access to everything. The cool thing with the advent of the internet is you don't necessarily have to live in one particular spot to do what I want to do. A few years ago, like if I wanted to tour, I needed to move to New York to do it, or I needed to move to LA to do it, or I needed to move to a bigger scene to do it. It's not true. That's not true anymore. People can find you on the internet, and you can go tour. So I want to be based out of Lubbock, tour all over the world. However I can help perpetuate a bigger music culture like festival scene stuff here in Lubbock. That's what I want to do. I want to facilitate events for different music to come through Lubbock. I also have a vision of doing an outreach for kids to help them sprout some musical wings and some legs to introduce them to different opportunities that only music can provide for them. Maybe they come from a background that's just a little underserved and they just need a way out. Music is a great way to do it. I have a strong passion to do an outreach program to do that. So definitely in 5 years, that is a number one vision of mine here locally.
How can people get a hold of you? What's your contact information?
So you can find me at Joy Harris on Facebook. There'll be a picture of a girl with some dreadlocks holding a bass guitar. That's how you know you've got the right one. And also, you can email me if if you want to try to get a hold of me for like private parties. I do a lot of private parties. I have lots of different configurations for things. I could do like solo sets or all the way to a band, depending on your event. And Christmas time is right around the corner. So, all you companies that haven't booked your Christmas music yet, you can get a hold of me at J as in joy, B as in boy, ASS, so jbase154 at yahoo.com. And, or you can private message me on Facebook, and we're available for private parties.
And the holidays are going to be here before we blink. They are coming, that's for
Thanksgiving
sure.
is next week.
It is. And
Where'd
the
it go?
holidays book up fast too with the private parties. So,
Yes.
yeah, they need to get a hold of you now.
Yes.
Okay, just to go back over some contact information. And if you want to reach Joy, you can get her through email at jbase154 at yahoo.com. And she or her and bands are available for bookings. And then you can also contact Gary and I at G&G Ministries 3 at gmail.com, or you can go to our website, which is gandgministries.org, and that's GANDG Ministries.org, and you can contact us either way. And again, we'd love for you to be able to come out to the WPS benefit. We do have some bookings that we don't have set in stone yet, but we'll be sharing those with you as we go along. And there was one other thing. Oh, yeah. I wanted to let you guys know that if you have a Christmas cantata, a children's Christmas event, something going on at your church, if you would contact us, let us know. We'll be sure to get it on the air. And then also, if you are local, as in, well, local is really kind of Texas, Oklahoma for us, New Mexico. If you have recorded a Christmas song, please let us know fairly soon. We will have a December 24th show where we're just going to be playing those songs. And so please contact us. We would love to do that. Thank you so much, Joy, for coming and sharing. And I love the outreach for the children. I just think that is such a great idea. And if there is anything that comes up that Gary and I can help with, we would love to. That would just be, we kind of have a heart for kids, and we also have a heart for outreach and community.
Perfect.
And we will finish out the show with a little bit of music. No music. We still have technical difficulties. So no music. You'll just have to listen to my voice. And we appreciate you listening to our show. And again, please feel free to contact us because we'd love to get your church information on their show. And God bless, and thank you for listening to From My Heart.